Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Pulse. I'm going to introduce everybody pretty soon. I'm going to go into my monologue real quick. And this is brought to you by the APN, the America's Pulse Network, the great America's Pulse Network, by the way. And I'm sorry, we're a little off tonight because we had to put things together pretty quickly, but it'll be a fun show. Don't worry, it will be. We have a lot of great people on tonight. And let's go into it. So my breaking news will be in my monologue, so my producer knows when he, as I said, he can throw that up there, the breaking news. So let's go into that. This is, let's start with this insanity. People on food stamps threatening to rob grocery stores, if their benefits dry up. And it's insanity that the government shut down to begin with. And this is Democrats, by the way. And that's not happening in Biden's America anymore. It's happening in Trump's America, where the man is trying to clean up the dumpster fire that the Democrats left behind. This is the hangover of the Democrat rule. Years of welfare dependency, media victimhood, and policies that reward laziness instead of work. Trump's rebuilding the economy, but you can't fix decades of Democrat rot overnight. We're trying to, but we'll get there. I promise you, we will. I hope we will anyway. And while the president is out securing peace and prosperity, the radical left is doubling down on chaos. I mean, look across the river in New York City. I'm in New Jersey, so that's across the river. You've got a Marxist, so Zoran Mandani, rising through the ranks, a man who thinks socialism is salvation. He wants to turn New York into a test lab for every failed left-wing idea we've ever seen. Free housing, open borders, defund the police, all the garbage that already destroyed places like San Francisco and Chicago. If Madani gets power, that disaster doesn't stop at the Hudson. It's going to spread into New Jersey, where I live, by the way, host of the Jersey Shore. And right here in our own backyard, we've got Mikey Sherrill trying to sell herself as a moderate. I mean, please, dude, she's as moderate as a freaking hurricane. So every policy she pushes bleeds the middle class dry. Higher taxes, bigger government, and more dependence on Trenton and D.C. New Jersey's already suffocating under Democrat policy. Property taxes, tolls, groceries are sky high. Families are working harder than ever and taking home less. Meanwhile, Trump, the same guy the media mocked, sued, and slandered for years, just pulled off another massive win. He got South Korea to commit to, I just found this out today, to $350 billion in investments for lower tariffs and a stronger trade relations. That's not weakness. That's negotiation. That's putting America first again. While Democrats scream about equity and climate justice, Trump's out there cutting deals that actually make the country richer and safer. And the Democrats still have us shut down because they want to give they want health care to illegals. And I'm not paying for it. I'm sure you guys don't want to either. So tonight we're going to talk about the two forces at war in this country: Trump's American strength, peace, prosperity, and accountability; the Democrat leftovers, chaos, welfare, and woke economics; the people threatening to loot grocery stores are the direct product of Democrat dependency, and the Marxists running the offices in our cities are the ideological heirs of failed socialism, and the media covering for them are the propaganda arm of the entire operation. Trump is rebuilding this country brick by brick, but make no mistake, the left is still throwing stones at every wall he lays. So buckle up, everybody out there. This is The Pulse, and I'm going to go to our first segment and introduce all the guests and hosts. So I'm going to introduce first. I'll go to Seth Eisberg. Whoa, popped on real quick. What's up, man? You scared me with that face real fast. I didn't even know you were coming on that fast. So.
Beauty can be frightening. I understand.
So Seth Eisenberg, Conservative Corner. All right, and then we'll go to our guest, Elena B from The Base Mother.
Hey, what's up?
Thanks for helping save us tonight. I appreciate it.
Always.
So, and then we have two other special guests running for Assembly in LD6, New Jersey. We have Peter Sykes and Jack Brangan.
Hi, Damon.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, let's roll with our first segment. I labeled this episode, the biggest off election of our lifetime, because it is an off election, as they call it. Because I think there are two governor races, we have Virginia and New Jersey, but it is pretty big. It's a big deal for Virginia, New Jersey. It's a big deal for New York City mayoral race as well. But this first segment is the food stamp fury from relief to revolt. So before we get started, I want to play this first clip because this is you'll have fun with this. And then before we play it, I just want to warn everybody there is some vulgar language in there.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say, ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm going to have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard, you going to think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna walk out that stuff. And please follow me to that motherfucking car if you feeling motherfucking froggy, bitch. You ain't going to make it back to your motherfucking position at that fucking Walmart store. I'm telling you.
All right.
Did she mention anything about getting a job?
Yeah, I'm going to try to
I missed it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to not act like I was last week and be vulgar as well. But first of all, she doesn't look like she's starving, number one. She could skip a couple of meals and I think she'll survive. Her nails are done. I know how expensive it is to get her nails done. I know that I was going to do eyelashes too. I was getting there too. But until my wife gets her nails done, I know how expensive it is. She has tattoos. I have tattoos. I know how expensive they are. She has her eyelashes done. I don't know what that cost is. So, but either way, somebody's paying for it. So I could give an F about you stealing shit out of the store. I hope you do, and I hope they lock your ass up right away. So, Elena, I'm going to go to you first on this one. What do you think?
I think there's plenty of free food in prison, and that's where I'd like to see her get her next meal if she steals a thing. I have had enough of people like her, again, money for all the fun things in life, obviously able-bodied. She's got quite a vocabulary. She could clearly hold a job down, and yet she prefers to just stick her hands in other people's pockets without any regard. And I mean, it's just sad. I'm sick of it. This is a woman that could work, but she's been conditioned to think that you, all five of us and everyone else in America owes her something just for existing. And it's really sad. This is what Democrats have created in this country. We're not feeding we're not feeding people who are facing food insecurity or starvation. We're feeding a lot of lazy people and a few people who actually need it.
Well, yeah, it kind of looks like we're feeding her a little too much. But anyway, so Jack, I'll go to you next. I mean,
my comment here. This is
go ahead, have at it.
Yeah. This is exactly the type of voter that the Democrats want. Someone who is unemployed, uneducated, and completely dependent on the Democratic Party and the government for existence, not only for themselves, but their entire family. I think the perfect one was George Floyd. He was not only uneducated, he's got a criminal record. He was a drug addict. This is perfect for the Democrats. These are the people that they can control. Keep the schools bad because they cannot control an educated constituent. What they don't want is folks to be educated, get a job, and get independent. So I just see this lady as, Democrats are cheering. This is our people here.
Yeah.
So I'll go to you next, Pete. I mean, what was it? Lyndon B. Johnson, what did he say back in the day when he started the whole welfare thing?
So they were going to be voting for him for 200 years, man. It's not good. It's not a good look. And that's exactly what they've been doing right ever since then, about 40, 50 years. Get them hooked on the system, then dependent on the government. Don't allow them to find a way out. And it used to be people aspired to get out the hood, right? I mean, that was like the thing. It was everybody, I want to go make something myself and get out of here. This isn't good. And they are some of the poorest places that we have in America, right? Are these, the cities and the hoods and things like that. And the problem is that you have to know what's available to help you get out, but they turn this into a lifestyle, and they destroyed their own stuff, and it's very upsetting, but we're seeing now that the Democrats shut off, the programs that they've had them hooked on, and this is the outcome. And happy people don't revolt. Well, guess what? There's a lot of unhappy people right now.
Yeah, right. And Seth, I'll go to you next. I understand that welfare programs were put in place for a reason. It's supposed to be temporary. And there's sometimes that people fall on hardships and stuff like that, and that's fine with me. I don't care. I don't care picking up the tab for somebody. But it used to be more community stuff. Like if your church would put a basket around with somebody that if someone passed away, and then pay for their husband or wife's funeral, and they fell in hard times. And I know as soft as you are, and kind and all that stuff. What do you think about this? What do you think about somebody that's generational welfare that expects you, me, and everyone else here to just pay for them?
Well, it took me a minute to figure out what she was saying because my Section 8 to English translator was down. So I just figured out what she was saying. First, excuse me. First off, in a previous life, when I first got in the military, I did loss prevention. So we caught shoplifters. And they all have little sad stories. And they all talk big shit like she does until you get them on the ground. You got them handcuffed and all that screaming and yelling. Please let me go. Don't call the police. Or don't arrest me. So I don't give it. She doesn't impress me. She doesn't intimidate me. And anybody who's done any type of work or law enforcement is saying the same thing. You're on a camera. You got that 50-yard gust of courage. Talk all the shit you want to. As soon as you get in arm's reach, it's all a different story. Number two, it's not my responsibility to feed her family. It's not my responsibility to feed her. It's not my responsibility to feed anybody else except my family and people I choose to help. I should not be forced to help anybody. And that's what welfare is. It forces me or my tax dollars to go to people who probably don't need it. And the ones that do need it, like Elena was saying, get thrown to the side because they don't make a big stink about it. They're not out there in public showing their ass like this lady was, screaming and yelling about it because they're embarrassed. Some of them are probably even ashamed that, hey, look, I need the assistance. I don't want anybody to know that I'm on this. I want to get off it as soon as I can. And those are the people I want to help. The ones that realize, hey, this can't be permanent for me. I can't do this forever. I need to be self-sufficient and self-sustaining. At some point, I will use this as a stepping stone to get myself back on my feet. And when I do, I'll be good. That's who I want to help. I don't want to help these people that passes on to like inheritance to their family members. I'm tired of it. And if that makes me a cold-hearted son of a bitch, I'll wear that like a badge. I'm over. I'm old enough now to realize that there are very few people in this world who cannot feed themselves. There's always a job out there you can get. May not be the job you want. It may not be the job you like, but it's income and it's a starting point. And it can get you off of welfare and get you back on your feet. People need to get rid of their egos and all that kind of crap and focus on what's important. Supporting yourself. You're no longer a child. That should embarrass the shit out of anybody. If everybody's like that lady, you should be ashamed of yourselves. If you're that dependent on somebody else, shame on you.
Listen, I agree, Seth. I'll tell you one thing. I work my butt off all the time. I work every single day. I'm working 7 days a week for at least 6 weeks now. I'm trying to pay my mortgage, keep up my bills. It's expensive in New Jersey right now. That's why we'll get into the New Jersey election with Mikey Sherrill, and we'll talk about why our electric bills are so high and everything else, and why our insurance is skyrocketing. I'm losing money as I go to work every day just because rates are going up for everything. And I'm sorry, I'm not paying for anybody else. I have 2 children. I have a wife and 2 children, and that's it. That is my priority. Now, if I can help somebody out in the meantime, if I can, I will. but no one, but the government coming in and putting their hand in my pocket and just taking my money and giving it away. And we can talk about New Jersey being the sanctuary city too, because with $7.3 billion a year, state taxpayers are paying for that. That money could be come back to us. So I'll go back to you, Jack, about that.
Actually,
Government putting your hand in your pocket. It's crazy.
yeah, it's not only New Jersey, but I wonder how many illegal immigrants in the country are part of SNAP. You know that maybe not specifically the SNAP program, but they are on some sort of public assistance. For food, for
Tons
housing.
in California, I know that.
Those numbers are out. I'm sorry I don't have them, but they are out, and it's a very high number. Just so you know, Jack. Yeah.
I mean, in New Jersey, there's an estimated 1 million illegal immigrants in the state of New Jersey. It's a small state, high population density, but it's one of the smaller states. That means 1 in 10 in New Jersey are illegal because there's about 10 million people in the state.
10%.
And 10%. And, as Damon mentioned, there's $7.3 billion. This is about the numbers I've seen, and these are old numbers of $2,500 per family. So by now, it's probably close to $3,000 per family. This is already on top of a state that has the highest property taxes, the highest corporate taxes. And that $3,000 is real money. So if you are paying 10 grand for your property taxes, 3,000 of that is going to get diverted over to support illegal aliens, either in manpower or in cash. So it's a big number.
Unbelievable.
And that if your local school district needs $10,000 in property taxes, and 3,000 goes somewhere else, it doesn't mean the 3,000 doesn't go away from your local property taxes. They still need that 3. So they've got to go somewhere else to get it. And this is where taxes start going up to backfill that $3,000 locally. It's a vicious cycle.
I just want to add, though, with all these tens of millions of people who are on food stamps, just the food stamps, not to mention all the other social programs, how come we never hear politicians talking about creating an economy where nobody needs to be on food stamps? Why are there so many poor people? All they talk about is we're the richest country in America. We can give away this, this, and this. No, how about we're the richest country in the world. Nobody should be poor enough that they need a handout. That's where we
you're right. I hope we're the richest country in America, by the way.
Yeah,
how much went out the door?
No, why aren't they creating an economy where we don't need these programs? They never strive for that. They just strive for more programs.
So they do, and that's the thing with Americans now. They like these programs. They like. It's going to be hard to get rid of, and I'll go to you, Pete. Can you go to Venezuela? Can you go to any other country that you can think of, and as soon as you walk in, cross their borders legally, and get on food stamps and have them live for free, and get the HUD loans, and the HUD loans, we talked about this before. I have somebody in my development that I looked it up. The HUD loans, they don't have to pay 30%. They get a down payment from the government. And it's not the government. I say it again to everybody that's listening, please. And the government does not have money. It's our money that they take. So if you could buy a house, and I buy a house, I got to pay for everything. And then I have somebody else that lives, say, across the street, that gets a down payment paid for, and then only has to pay 30% of their income for their mortgage. That infuriates me.
So, and that's what it's meant to do, Damon, right? It's meant to infuriate you because they're trying to spark that class war, that race war, that whatever kind of war you want. They want a civil war. It's exactly what you're saying. We're over here working. We have $2,500 mortgages, whatever it may be, right, a month. But then you're giving the same things to other people that are paying $300, maybe $1,000 a month for them. But it was supposed to be market value. The market, dictates what we pay. But then the government goes in there and they say, no, we need these votes. We're going to take money out of your pocket. We're going to rob Peter to pay Paul. And it's like, how many times are you going to do this? Right. And now they're robbing Paul to pay, Jose, right? Because, even the people that were paying, the low income earners, the people on welfare, they're getting hijacked to give to the illegal aliens. So, I mean, it's like, wait, what do we have going on here? How many times are we just going to keep taking money out of people's pockets to give to somebody else? And to answer your question, I've never been to Venezuela, but I imagine you're not going to any other country and getting the free stuff that they like to give you here.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And Seth, I'll go to you. I had a good question for you. I forget what it was because Pete threw me off. He had a good point that he put out there. But are you served and you worked and you went through all the stuff that you're going through with your and the hospital bills for your rotted foot. I always say, but his foot's fine. It's hopefully it's getting better. But by the way, we'll get to that in the end.
We're praying for your foot, buddy.
Yeah. But no, I mean, but it's just so tired of paying for all this stuff. Like I get smacked like crazy. When I look at my my paycheck and I see the amount of money that comes out of it in taxes, and I see people that get stuff for free, and I know a lot of it's going to illegal people that should not be here, and they get free healthcare and all that. And then Pete works he's a nurse too. He works in healthcare, and they have to take care of them, they come in, which is fine. It's a humanitarian issue. I'm good with that. But still, they shouldn't be here anyway. But when I had my son who just walked by, and it just reminded me of it, it cost like $44,000 to have him, and I had a copay too. And my insurance premiums are going up now. I'm sure it's probably $54,000 at this point because it was 7 years ago. But they get sick, they have to go to the hospital, then they get paid for free. And they have babies, and it costs a lot of money. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I feel for everybody humanitarian stuff, but it's like, no, get the free. No, I'm sorry. And the government's attacking ICE too. It's like, no, let them do their job. I don't want to pay for it.
Yeah.
You're for it.
How much went out the door with USAID?
Oh, that was a lot.
I mean,
Nobody knows.
Again, this is money to, I guess it was Elena or whoever brought up, when can we get a society where, people are not on welfare? Well, a lot of this money's going elsewhere and being absconded, but with the Democrats have wasted the money. I'm not saying it would take everyone off, but it would certainly help a lot. So that was in the hundreds of billions of dollars, I think, if not more.
Yeah, there needs to be. It's obviously a multi-faceted problem that can be
40
handled
billion.
with multiple solutions. I mean, I think whatever. I'm fed up with this. I'm tired of having people especially in places like New Jersey and California and New York, where the taxes are so exorbitant, people cannot get ahead. I don't like paying other people's mortgages at all.
Yeah.
I think when you said that they said that these are humanitarian programs, I think this is the opposite of humanitarian. I think when you break someone's spirit, you teach them that they have nothing to contribute to society, that they can just sit back and take, then you're actually harming humanity. And we can see it. I mean, we can see it in the communities that are the people that are on generational welfare. They're not contributing. They don't have, self-worth. Yes, they've got nice nails and eyelashes, but it ends there. They don't have any education. They're not going to really create anything that is worthwhile. And we're seeing it. And it's actually cruel to do this.
No, well, I meant humanitarian as if like somebody gets sick and you're not going to let somebody die. That's what we're having.
That's how they sell this stuff, though.
Yeah, I know.
That lady who was screaming and cursing and saying she's going to bring her big goon cousin to punch her.
No.
Try to stop her. Like that's who the majority of the people are, unfortunately. And by the way, one thing we didn't mention is those videos of the "I'm going to steal." They are, there's a rash of them on the internet. They're planning this, and they're talking about doing it like, oh, are we doing it at one particular time, like all together, or is this just like any time after the link goes down? And I think
I saw November 3rd.
Okay. All right. So maybe it is a plan. But what we have to really talk about that we haven't is, Chuck Schumer's got 48 hours to make a decision. And I don't think the Republicans are going to bend and give them everything they want for illegal aliens. So I think that Chuck has a decision to make. Does he want to be the one who lets this all happen or not?
Yeah, the pressure should be on the Democrats.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
So, and then, all right. So, real quick, Seth, I remember I wanted to say, because I know your hospital bills are piling up. Like it's so wrong that you actually, like I said, you served and you are a hardworking American, and you had a problem, and you have to pay for all this stuff, but they get it for free. That's what I meant to say to you. Like, it's so screwed up. It really is. I mean,
it's what you get when you get spineless politicians who are just worried about getting reelected and doing the right thing. They just acquiesce and pander and do whatever they can to get ahead. I can't remember where I read it, but I think most politicians, congressmen, senators spend, I read 35% doing their actual job, and the rest of the time is campaigning for the next election.
That's correct.
It's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That shouldn't be allowed. And then people scream, "Well, we need term limits. We need term limits." Well, we have term limits. It's called elections. Get out and vote. You don't like somebody, vote against them. We can't. We can't legislate ourselves out of a problem that legislation got us into. We need to take accountability. We need to assume it, and we need to fix it. If we just keep depending on the government, we're going to get more schmucks like that chick on here earlier screaming about, "I'm going to go shoplifting, and my cousin's going to punch you." And we're going to get more and more of that because we're just going to legislate more problems, and there'll be no solutions. And to make it clear, and I'm not speaking for everybody here, but I have no problem with giving somebody a hand up. Never have. Never will have a problem with that. If you're going on hard times, I have no problem helping you. And if that means that hard time lasts for a year, so be it. It's the hand out I don't like. That's when it's expected. Regardless of your situation, you expect that to happen. Like, give me money, give me food, give me a house. That I'm not doing. Hard times, I'll help you as long as you need it, as long as I can see an effort on your part trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Damon,
I'll have no problem helping you.
So, Jack, I know you have to go. I know you have another meeting, so everybody, Jack's going to be jumping off. So, Jack, real quick before you go, where can we find you guys? Well, Pete will say it at the end too.
Yeah, if you look right over Peter's left-hand shoulder, you'll see that Peter and I are running for state assembly. And you can find us at votejackandpete.com. Everything you need to know about us if you're in New Jersey.
So, all right, Jack, thank you very much.
Hey, good seeing everyone. Thank you. Okay.
Take it easy, homie.
All right, so I guess we'll take a quick break and we'll go into the next segment. Break.
Okay, waiting for the break.
Button. I don't have the button.
Hi, I'm Constance Ditzel.
And I'm Nelsa Gonzalez. Together, we're running to represent you in New Jersey State Assembly, Legislative District 5.
Did you know that New Jersey schools can keep a secret file if your child begins a gender transition without ever telling you?
Or that lawmakers are pushing a bill that allows 14-year-olds to receive mental health counseling without a parent's knowledge or consent.
Even suicide hotlines aren't required to alert parents when their child is in crisis.
Parents deserve a voice.
Families deserve transparency. We need legislation for the next generation.
Constance Ditzel and Nilsa Gonzalez approve of this message. This ad was paid for by the Ditzel and Gonzalez LD5 campaign.
I like that legislation for the next generation. They were just on my podcast on Monday. They're good. They're really good women. I call them the mama bears. So they're stepping up. They're regular people, just like everyone else that's trying to make change for the good. But so we're going to go in the next segment. And I'm calling it NJ and NYC elections, the stakes for Patriots, because it's a problem. We got Mandani, and I'm afraid it's going to spill over to whatever he does over there. He claims that he's going to have more power than he's going to have. There's but he's lying about a lot of things. So I want to go to the first clip with him, and then Lena, I'm going to let you take this over because you put a lot of stuff in there in this segment, about Mondani and about, I forget the other guy that that found cocaine and stuff like that. You looked it up. I don't even know who it was. Like I said, folks,
that's a different issue altogether.
Okay, but So I get, if you want to run with this segment, because like I said, folks, this was like last minute putting it together, and we want to get to a great show for you guys. And don't remember to like and subscribe, and you guys can go in the chat box and you can ask a question and we'll answer it. So let's play the first clip.
I want to use this moment to speak to the Muslims of New York City. I want to speak to the memory of my aunt. Who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab.
All right, Elena. So anyway, I don't know what aunt he's talking. I say aunt, not aunt, but I'm from Philly. But either way, that dude, that fake cry, that fake. Take it from there. I can't stand this guy. You can take it from here.
Thousands of people died on 9/11. How many children grew up without parents? How many people waited for days praying that their loved one came home, but knew real deep down that they were buried in those towers? How many firefighters and cops and first responders and office workers and janitors, and like it just goes on. And we got to worry about his aunt's feelings because how she felt wearing her hijab. Nobody cares. Nobody cares for him. And people can talk about the people who were murdered without crying, and he can't talk about his aunt's feelings without shedding a fake tear. Shove it, Mamdani. That was so disgraceful and disgusting. It infuriates me. And then it turns out it wasn't even his aunt. It was like his father's cousin. And we don't even know if this is like, all of it's just BS. He is an actor. Remember, he grew up in the entertainment industry. He is a fake, a plant. He's only been a citizen for 7 years. He has no allegiance to this city, no love for this city, no love for this country, and it shows. Even his mother said he is absolutely not an American in an interview like 10 years ago when she was talking about the kid. He grew up in Uganda and India, and that's where his heart is. We know it. We know he's an actor, and all these gullible, progressive morons are falling for his performance. It makes me sick. This is my hometown. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, and I got chased out of there once because Brooklyn changed, and now I feel like I can never even go back again.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I hate New York because I'm originally from Philly, but I'm hating even more now because these stupid people are going to vote this guy in. So Seth, I'll go to you with this guy. I mean, seriously, the fake tears. We don't even know if this person is aunt or brother, cousin, mother, cousin,
or real at all.
Yeah. No one even knows. So, what do you think? Do you think that I know for president that you have to be an American-born citizen to run for president? Do you think it should be for mayor, for assembly, to get elected? I'm saying to a position in the United States.
Yeah, I don't even know why that's even a question. If you're not an American, natural-born American citizen, you can't hold any political office. That should be the end of it. No debate, no discussion. Don't give a shit where you're from or what college you went to. You weren't born here. You don't get to decide what we do. You have no say whatsoever. And if that hurts your feelings, you can go back to the third world shithole you came from and live there. I don't care. Like I said, I'm done not trying to offend people. And if I offend people, so be it. Good. Maybe we need to start offending people like this asshole in New York. This lying sack of shit who's standing on the bodies of 3,300 some odd dead people who Muslims killed to talk about his Muslim aunt who's having a bad goddamn day on a subway. I don't care. Don't care. Don't care about her feelings. Don't care about what she cried. Don't care about him. Don't care about anything. I'm worried about the 3,000 people that died because Muslims killed them. And I'm not going to hide it anymore. Muslims are the enemy. They are the enemy. Islam is not a religion. Islam is a system of government. If you read the Quran, it's about how to rule, how to take taxes, how to charge people. who you can marry, who you can't marry. Kill the infidels. It's the only religion in the world that says, demands that you submit. Christianity says choose. Islam says submit. And if you don't submit, they kill you. They make it very clear they'll kill you. I'm tired of it. There's, 1 billion Muslims in the world, and they say only 10% are radicalized. So what's that, 300 million or 30 million people? That's a lot of goddamn people. That's a lot of people that are out there wanting to kill everybody else. And if we don't kill them first, they're going to kill us.
Yeah. That's all I want to point out, the radical Muslims. I mean, there are people that are Muslim that I know that are good people. It's the radical Muslims. It's just like the radical left are fucking loonies.
Yeah, the radicals. I'm sure they're good Muslims. Me personally, being in the military, I've never met one. I'm not saying they don't exist. I've never met one. The places I've been to, never ran into one. Everyone I met wanted to kill me. So my experience doesn't tell me there's good ones, but I believe everybody when they say there are. I'm sure there are. I'm not the ones that wake up and go, how many infidels can I kill today? That's the ones I'm talking about. That's the ones that got to be put down like a bad dog.
Well, yeah, I think we have another clip for this one about something talking about Sharia law. We can play this other clip, and I'll come to you next beat. All right. I'm going to hit the button again, the imaginary button.
I don't think there's a clip.
Is this the clip from the 9/11 memorial?
Yeah, I believe so. It's the one that you put in there.
Yeah, so this is a clip from a protest that happened earlier today in front of the 9/11 memorial, and it was people protesting Mamdani's, potential.
1993, 9/11, never forget. 9/11, never forget. Zohran Mamdani and his father, Mahmoud Mamdani, are both anti-Semites, communists, who equally hate America. Like father, like son, they pose a significant danger to the safety of New York City and America. I asked President Donald J. Trump to ban Sharia law in America, in Puerto Rico, and across all U.S. territories.
You don't like our laws? Get the fuck out of America!
Assimilate, or leave. This is not hate. What we say is with truth and love. We will not be silent. You will not use the Constitution against us. You will not use your religion against us. Practice your religion, but it's not going to supersede America, the Constitution, and the people that we are. We love the melting pot. This is America, and it's going to stay that way. If you can't assimilate, you got to go. That's it. You got.
Well, there you go. That was a good clip. Thank you for that, Elena. And Pete,
fantastic clip.
Yeah, Pete, I'm going to go to you. I mean, the assimilate part. I don't care who you are, where you're from. You want to come to America, you're going to come here, and you need to assimilate. I don't mind if you have your culture. Of course, there's Chinatowns and stuff like that. Everyone has their own little cultural spot, but don't use the Constitution against us for to get away with the shit that they're doing. I mean, and that's what they're doing. They're using our own Constitution to wave their foreign flags and say that they deserve this, and they're not assimilating to the United States. We're Americans, so, and that's it. So you want to be an American, become one. What's your thoughts?
Bro, I mean, you hit everything right there. That's exactly it. When you come here, there's tons of, look, my fiance is a legal immigrant, right? So, I mean, there's tons of people who wanted to come to America. Legal. Illegal. I'm sorry. I just want illegal. Okay. So, look, there's tons of people that want to come here to make this, look for a better life, to make America great. And when they come here, they transform into American values, right? You have to leave some of the bad essences of culture behind wherever you're coming from and come here and pick up the good American cultures that we have. And we need to go ahead and find that unity once again. When they come over here, I mean, you look at people like Ilhan Omar, this isn't my president. My president's the Somalian president. Well, look, first of all, like what Seth was saying earlier, I don't think you should be allowed to run for office if you're not a natural born American citizen, right? I think that is 100% correct. Also, look, I have issues with dual citizenships because you should have allegiance to one country, Is it going to be the country you came from or the country that you're in now? Right? You can't have both. So I think that we should absolutely, be requesting these people assimilate. If you're going to come here, you have to do it. Right. And then we can grow together as Americans. And look, culture is beautiful, right? I mean, there's a lot of good parts from, culture that we like to take. Now, of course, it's called the cultural appropriation. And they try to throw that back at us. You can't do this. You can't do that. Look, man, culture is beautiful. Have fun with it, and enjoy it. But leave the bad stuff at home. And we all have to come to American culture. Remember that we're all Americans. And that's the values that we have to espouse to. And I'd much rather live in a Christian country versus a Muslim country or anything else, right? If my home country is going to be they have, I feel that Christian values are probably the best values out there, so I would like to see that continue and make a big resurgence.
Not according to Tucker Carlson.
That's right. America.
As opposed to what?
That's not good. That's not
Tucker
good.
Carlson's bitching about Christians now.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I didn't catch that one, my friend, but that's okay.
Well, he's bitching about Christians? All right, well,
Something about Christians and something about Christians helping Jews or supporting Jews are horrible human beings and they frighten him.
Is he talking about Christian nationalists?
I'll tell you, Seth, I mean, I listen to a lot of Tucker. I've never heard it, but I'm not saying, maybe I just missed it. I don't know. I'm hard-pressed to believe it. But that's neither here nor there.
It's got to be a new one or somebody would have sent it to me. So now I'll check it out.
Can I give some good news to all you guys?
What's that?
So Pete, you said something you wish that people with dual citizenship would not be allowed to hold office. So just 5 days ago on October 24th, Representative Randy Fine from California introduced a new bill in the House called the Disqualifying Dual Loyalty Act, in which he would make it illegal for any member of Congress to have dual citizenship. So you either have full allegiance and loyalty to America, or you go find another job because you can't be in Congress anymore. And
I love that.
And I think that is something that every American should be calling their congressmen and their reps about and saying, get this thing through immediately. And
Damon, should we call Donald Norcross?
He won't take my calls. He won't even answer my questions at a town hall. He won't even call me because he knows who I am. But yeah, I call him Fredo, by the way, Donald Norcross. Everyone that's listening out there, if you've seen it, The Godfather, Fredo is the idiot brother. I was passed over. I'm smart, but that's who he is. He's the idiot brother. But anyway, so guys, we're gonna take another quick break, and we're gonna go to the next segment.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. The America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. APN's The Pulse, hosted by Alexandra, Damon, and Seth. So tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms: X/Twitter, Rumble, Truth Social, Facebook, and YouTube. Join the revolution. Because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
Hi, I'm Constance Ditzel.
And I'm Nilsa Gonzalez. And together we're running to represent you in New Jersey State Assembly Legislative District 5.
New Jersey is out of control with its high taxes. As of 2024, New Jersey is the highest state in the union in corporate taxes, and New Jersey is the second highest in property taxes.
New Jersey is the third highest in income tax and in the upper 50% of states with its sales tax.
The New Jersey Assembly and Senate have been under solid Democrat rule for 20 years. They have created these policies.
Listen, the Democrats have left you.
It's time for you to leave them.
Constance Ditzel and Nilsa Gonzalez approve of this message. This ad was paid for by the Ditzel and Gonzalez LD5 campaign.
There we go, everybody. Welcome back to the next segment of the Pulse. Thank you for staying tuned. To make sure you like and subscribe to America's Pulse Network. Any social media platform that you're watching from, you can like and subscribe from there, but at americaspulsenetwork.com. And Pete, where's your ad, by the way?
Hey, look, man, I was seeing these wonderful ads you have there. I was asking the same thing.
I'll say you're a live ad. So right now. So
there you go.
But so we're going to go. This next one is going to be the Trump machine, because Trump is a machine. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. The guy is everywhere. He barely sleeps. I mean, Joe Biden was the guy barely even talked. He couldn't walk upstairs, and we got Trump. With Trump 78. These Jack Brangan's age. Jack Brangan was on here to have to drop off. That dude is 78 years old. I couldn't believe it. He told me he was 78. I said, "You're lying. There's no way." I'm like, what fountain of youth have you been dipping into?
I'm telling you, he's 65 maybe, man. Yeah, Jack, he's a machine.
Yeah, I know. He definitely is.
And
But
imagine
Trump,
being 78 and saying, I'm going to put my peaceful years aside and run for office and try to save my state. That's pretty impressive.
And that's the amazing thing about it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, because he cares, and he shocked me. I met Jack years ago when I ran for Congress, and I'll be running again as well. And it just when I met him, he was just a great guy, and I didn't know him. I just moved to West Effort, decided to run, and I just ran into him, and we started talking. And he's a really good guy. And when he told me he was 78, I said, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Come on." But anyway, back to the machine, to Trump machine. Trump has been everywhere. He's been doing a lot of stuff. He's done more than any other president in my lifetime, anyway. In the past, what has it been, 10 months that he's been in? Actually, probably 11 at this point. Well, no, 10, whatever. So anyway, I can't believe that he's brokered a deal with South Korea. He's solved 8 conflicts across the world, across the globe, and he's working on another one. I mean, listen, like I said, I'm not a lackey. I don't agree with everything that somebody does, what Trump does. Yeah, please stop being fuzzy right now. I can hear it in my ear. Yeah, I don't know. We got somebody mute or something, because I can hear static. So.
Are you still getting it?
Yeah, a little bit. But so anyway, the Trump machine. So he's been everywhere, doing a lot of things, way more than Biden, way more than any other president that I've ever seen in my lifetime. So Pete, it's you. You see the chat? That's our great producer, Damon G. Just to let you know, that's you. But anyway, Elena, I'm going to go to you because you have cut some pictures on this with the Trump moving the homeless people to a homeless. I don't want to call them encampment, but they get shelter, like something to get them off the streets and get them somewhere. And I remember you sent a picture out there of it, where they move them to, and the people to the left are going nuts over it, like it's a problem. He's giving them somewhere to live. So I'll let you take this one.
Well, what happened is when he was campaigning, part of his Agenda 47 platform was a homelessness plan where he wanted to set up properties and even tent cities in some places to round up the homeless people, get them in there. In fact, by force, either you're going to jail or you can come to this place where we're going to give you mental health care, physical health care, drug rehabilitation for the people that didn't need any of those things and were really just truly that small segment that's just down on their luck, like accelerate them into jobs and proper housing quickly. And, Democrats were mad about it then, but now it's starting to come to fruition. And there are 16 acres outside of Salt Lake City where this big facility is being built. And they're saying it's like a Nazi detention camp.
Let's bring up the picture. You're talking about it.
Yeah, I sent you the picture. Yeah. So, maybe we can put that up. And this is the rendering of what this facility is going to look like. And this is humane treatment, even if it is involuntary admission into this. But Democrats will tell you that giving out free crack pipes and free needles in homeless encampments that are riddled with rats and roaches and lice and disease and rape and murder and assault, that's humane because it gives people agency over their own lives. And so we're battling complete madness and insanity. And I just personally want to take a moment to applaud President Trump and Governor Spencer Cox of Utah for this particular facility, for working with the president. This is something that we need to do now in every single state in America, because there's no reason that Americans should have to be stepping over needles and poop and people. I mean, we have entire sections of what were once bustling cities that are boarded up and closed down because businesses went out of business because of homeless encampments. It's destroying our country.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And Pete, I'll go to you next, because I know that you are a nurse too, and we talked about it before. I grew up in Philly, and Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia is like zombie land. I mean, and when I drove by it the other day, and people were just falling over, it's I never seen anything like it. I mean, it was bad when I lived there, and I moved to here to New Jersey 5 years ago, but it is horrible now. I mean, they even did a whole thing on it. I think Ben Shapiro did something on it too, like going around up and down. It's a sad thing with the fentanyl crisis and the needles and the crack pipes, like Elena talked about. So it's a good thing to get people out of there into this. I would love. You want to talk about the compound, buddy? I would like a compound like that. I would go live there. So, what are your thoughts on the fentanyl crisis and then Trump's zapping the boats and all that stuff and what's going on?
I'll tell you, man. Listen, first, my phone is acting up on me over here, so I'm sorry. I might have to drop off here in a minute. But either way, no. Listen, it's the problem is we do have all these homeless people, and it's by design almost, right? You go ahead and you jack up double the housing prices, over the last 4 years. People can't afford them, right? So instead of being able to have some place to live, they decide, well, my reality sucks. Let me go ahead and get hooked on all these drugs. We started seeing opioid epidemics. Now we're seeing it with the fentanyl. And yeah, Kensington is an absolute nightmare out there. I mean, I've seen all the videos as well. People just slumped over, laying in the streets, flies all over them. I mean, it's very unfortunate. I think mental health crisis as well, right? I mean, that's like what's going on right now, is that in trying to help these people change the way they see life to maybe make better decisions, we just throw psych meds at them, antidepressants, things that make them not care, and then they go out there and just do the hard drugs anyway. It's very, very upsetting to see, as a psych nurse, what is coming to. And I'll tell you, once half the country wakes up and realizes what they've been going through for the past 4, 10 years, however many, I think we're going to have a legitimate mental health crisis on our hands as well. Like, I don't think this is just the beginning, but when you look over there at California, where they have the crap app, I mean, are you kidding me right now? I mean, if these people decide either way, we'd have a national crap app, and everybody would be homeless, right? You will own nothing and be happy. You know what I mean? It's a very unfortunate, and that's what we're fighting back against right now.
I'm sorry. I wish I would have came up with the crap app, because that was a good idea. But so I'll go to you, Seth. So Seth, going back to Philadelphia, where I grew up before I left, it's a very blue city, obviously, and I think you live in a blue city as well, or a blue state anyway. So they tried to push safe injection sites. So basically, what the mayor was trying to do was say, okay, if you're going to use heroin, fentanyl, and inject yourself, we're going to give you a facility with nurses in it where you can go buy the illegal drugs, get your needles, and go in that facility and inject yourself with fentanyl, heroin, whatever it is. But the nurses will save you with Narcan. They'll save you just so you don't die. But they were saying it was okay to do. You buy the illegal drugs from the drug dealer, and that's fine, but come into this facility paid by taxpayer dollars and inject yourself. And if you overdose, we'll save you. What are your thoughts on that? Because that's insanity to me.
That's just a whole lot of stupid. I mean, I understand putting addicts in prison isn't recovery. It doesn't help addiction because you can get better drugs quicker in prison than you can on the street. But to enable them is just as bad. That's not helping anybody or trying to fix any type of problem. That's just giving up. Like, oh well, whatever. We can't stop them. Let's supply them, and maybe they'll turn to Democrat voters. So we'll be good. Either way, we're fine. Well, if they die, they'll definitely become Democratic voters.
There you go.
If they're high, they'll be Democratic voters. So it doesn't matter either way they win. But it's a joke. The older I get, the quicker this country seems to slip into the cesspool. I mean, when I was younger, it was maybe because I wasn't paying attention. It didn't seem as bad or such a downward slope. Now that I'm older, maybe again because I'm paying attention, I'm actually looking into stuff. It's like a nosedive, and it's like everybody's like just applauding it, like "Woo! All right, woo! How fast can we go?" Cities giving out needles, safe injections. I mean,
yeah, listen. I fought it, dude. Because my son was just being born when they brought it up, and my daughter was 5 at the time. And I'm like, what are you kidding me? They wanted to put one right by my house in Philly. I'm like, what? Safe injection site?
Well, it's like dope or heroin addicts get methadone, which is just heroin paid for by the government.
Yeah.
That's how they get them off heroin, is get them hooked on another drug.
Yeah.
That's free. Well, not free. We pay for it. But that's what they go to methadone clinics. And I think you drink it. I don't know. And you go like once or twice a week. It's supposed to wean you off heroin. But it's just a legalized drug.
I think it's every day. They have to go every day for it.
I don't know. I mean,
but Elena, what do you think about that? Like, what if somebody wanted to put a safe? How did someone come up with a concept of a safe injection site? So it's like saying, okay, go buy your illegal drugs from your illegal drug dealer, who's committing a crime by selling drugs, but you can come by my house or your house and walk into a facility that we are all paying for, with nurses in there, and go and shoot up. And if you overdose, we're going to save your life with Narcan and all that stuff. Like, what? How insane are the Democrats? Like,
it's just absolutely absurd to say that. First of all, they say things like, well, this will prevent them from using contaminated needles and sharing needles. So they won't get Hep C, or they won't get HIV, or they won't get herpes from sharing needles. But it's okay if they bought some stuff on the street and, inject fentanyl into their system. And we're going to make sure that we're supporting that and encouraging that. It makes as much sense as anything else the Democrats do. There's no logic, no sense. There's nothing humane about this. And at the same time, they're fighting Donald Trump as he's closing the border, and he's, putting pressure on countries that are pouring drugs into America because there are governments involved. He's designating drug dealers and cartels as terrorist organizations, and he's the bad guy because they would rather keep all of these people on just trash, living absolute horrible trash lives where they're wasted on drugs. I'm not saying the people are trash, but I am saying that the way they're living leaves a lot to be desired, even for them. God did not create these people to be in some Democrat-run hellhole clinic getting a free needle so they can inject themselves with fentanyl-laced heroin or God knows what else. It is absolutely evil and despicable. And I want nothing to do with anybody who tries to tell me that this is good for society. This is an improvement for society, because part of it, at least a sliver, is because all of these clinics create jobs. These pharmaceutical companies make money so that they can say, we've got jobs, we're doing job creation and more government jobs, because that's another part of their welfare mentality is get yourself a government job. That's why they hate Donald Trump, because he's ruining all of this.
I want to add to that. And I know I've only got like 6 or 7 people that watch me on Sunday, so I'm probably going to lose 4 or 5.
Yeah, more than that.
I do not, and I will go on record, and I will argue till I'm blue in the face with this. I do not think, I do think drug use is a choice. it starts off with a choice. You decide to smoke that joint. You decide to shoot that needle. You decide to snort that line. Maybe down the road, it becomes an addiction and you can't help yourself. It becomes a disease. That's for another argument. I am saying off the bat, it's a choice. And we should not let people who make bad decisions prosper. We shouldn't help them. You made a piss poor decision. You chose to do illegal drugs. We're not going to help you continue to do that. It's just not, we're not going to give you needles. You can't come to this place and shoot up. You can go to rehab, or you can stay where you keep going down the path you're going on. We don't care, but we're not enabling you. Taxpayers are not going to enable you. You made a poor decision. Own up to it. Assume some accountability. Get some help. Or do what you got to do. But we're not helping you anymore. And if that makes me, like I said, if you go, that guy's a son of a bitch.
No, Seth, I'm with you. I made poor decisions when I was younger, 20-some years ago. I talked about it on the last podcast too. And I got in trouble for it. And I had to pay the price. And I brought it up on this Pulse podcast, I think twice before. I compared having an addicted family member on drugs to LA and work, and just got to let them hit rock bottom. You can't keep enabling them. And that's it. You can't. And that's the thing. So
I still think you're making some poor life choices if you're a friend of mine. I have to question that. I really have to.
What's that?
How you're coming to that conclusion.
What was that conclusion?
If you're a friend of mine, I got to question your life choices yet again.
Oh, well, yeah. It was 26 years ago. I mean,
guess what, my friend? It's also this year where you're like, hey, that's a friend of mine.
But I got in trouble. I was an asshole back in the day. I really was. But
see, there's two kinds of assholes, though, man. There's the kind of asshole that knows they're an asshole and admits it, and then there's the ones that deny it. Those are the worst kind.
Yeah,
if you're an asshole and you embrace it, I can deal with you.
Yeah, I got arrested many times, and then my parents said, "You know what? Leave them in there. I'm not getting them out." And I talked about this on Monday on my podcast. I don't think Monday or maybe the week before, but anyway, and I was like sitting in a jail cell, and this is like 26 years ago, and I saw this guy who was older than me, and he had pictures all over the wall, and I'm looking at him, and it was of his daughter, and it was like her growing up. And he's like, yeah, well, I wasn't here, wasn't there. He's watching his daughter grow up on the jailhouse wall. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen. And I was only in there for like a month, because my parents didn't want to bail me out. They're like, let him sit in there, let him learn his lesson. And I'm glad they did, really. And that's what they should have done. But I saw that, and I'm like, man, I said, I'm never living my life like that. It was a sad thing. It really was. I don't know whatever happened to that guy, but it was sad. I mean, he made his mistakes. He deserved it. Obviously, anybody that does whatever he did deserves to pay the price. But it was just sad seeing him. Like I saw like his daughter, and I'm like, man, she probably misses her dad. I could imagine my daughter, my son, missing it. Yeah. So I don't know. We might have got off a little off topic there, but that's fine. But so anyway, so we'll take another break, and I lost my two New Jersey candidates here because the next segment is going to be what it means for New Jersey local reality check. So we'll go through that really quick because we're about an hour in so far, and so let's take the next break.
Welcome to America's Pulse Network. This is APN's very own White House correspondent, Alexandra Levine.
This is so amazing and miraculous. We've never had a president in the history of our nation doing this. And we hope to God that he continues doing this forever and ever. Thank you. God bless you, everybody. And God bless President Trump.
And God bless you.
Hello, everyone. This is Alexandra Levine with the America's Pulse Network. I am the White House correspondent right here in the heart of D.C. as President Trump is celebrating 250 years of America and the military.
Subscribe and follow America's Pulse Network on the above social medias.
Hi, I'm Nelsa Gonzalez.
And I'm Constance Ditzel. Together, we're running to represent you in the New Jersey State Assembly, Legislative District 5.
We support women in sports. We support them in their safety on the field and in their locker rooms. We support them playing against other female athletes and with the same competitive advantage.
But our Democrat Assembly and Senate in Trenton hesitate to sign a fairness in women's sports bill. This means that the daughters and granddaughters of the women who fought in the late 70s for the women in our schools have to start the fight all over again. Women support women.
We need legislation for the next generation.
Constance Ditzel and Nilsa Gonzalez approve of this message. This ad was paid for by the Ditzel and Gonzalez LD5 campaign.
I love that. Two mama bears. They were on my podcast on Monday, and they're fighters.
I watched.
Yeah. Oh, you watch? Yeah, they're great. I love them. I was going to have Deion Johnson on as well, but on Friday they were all going to be on, so it was all mama bears that were going to be on there. Like 3 of them running for assembly, but our producer, got sick. Come on, rub some dirt on it, Johnny.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
But no, so then Dion had another event to go to, but I had them on. It was a good show. They're great people. It was awesome. So
I like women too.
So I don't know. I was going to talk about New Jersey, but my New Jersey people are off. I guess let's just pull up a quick pic of Pete and Jack Brangan with Jack Chitterelli. He's running for governor. If you can pull that up real quick. There we go. So that's Jack Chitterelli. He's been out and about everywhere. Jack Brangan and Pete Sykes, they've been going crazy. They've been handing out flyers and pamphlets and door knocking like crazy. I've been getting like 3 hours of sleep and like working on their campaign, trying to get the money and everything else. But yeah, good guys and 2 good girls that are running, and all the other assembly candidates as well in New Jersey. And in Maryland, wherever else people are running for stuff. I don't know, Seth, you want to give people a shout out down there. I know Tim Fazenbaker's running, but it's not till next year. But for council, I believe.
Yes, in Baltimore County.
Okay, but yeah,
that dude's got great hair.
He does, man. I'm jealous.
Head of hair.
I'm jealous. I'm losing mine, man. Yeah.
I could blind people with that crap. But yeah, he's a good guy. I like him. He's easy to talk to. I mean, you've all talked to him. He's very easy to talk to. I've never felt like when I've talked to him that I'm bothering him, or he's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He's just very approachable, and I think that's very important for any politician, is to be approachable. And even if you're not, but you act like it, that's half the battle. But I don't think Tim's acting. I believe that I think that's how he is in his everyday life. Is just a kind of dude you could sit and talk with and drink a beer with and have a good time. I don't think he's putting on any airs at all. I really don't. I don't get that impression from him.
I don't either. And the latest, since we lost our 2 candidates for New Jersey, I'm going to bring this up. One, I'm going to go to Fetterman. Fetterman is a shock to me, to where what he's talking about. He's America first, and that's what he is. And when he first ran, I can't believe people elected him. And I'm going to segue into this, because you talked to Pete, who is off right now, a while ago, and Pete was saying, "Oh, well, I like the fact that he wears a hoodie." And you told him to wear a suit. Now that dude will not take this suit off now. So what do you think?
I love it.
Want me to wear a suit?
Okay.
He credits you for it all. He's like Atlanta. She hit me with it, and now she was right, and now he won't take that damn suit off. So,
well, you can take a man a lot more seriously when he's wearing a suit. And Fetterman, in his gym clothes in Congress, I thought it wasn't suitable for the job, and it really did make it hard, to take him seriously. And he did have a stroke, which I imagine getting like a overhead shirt pull over your head is actually harder than having somebody button up a shirt for you. But what do I know what went on in that house? I don't care what went on. I don't care what's harder. Do what's right. Dress like a gentleman at all times.
But he is a shock, though. I mean, Fetterman, I can't believe it. I think he may become a Republican. I mean, the way he's coming out and saying different things.
No, he's America first, and he did come out against the Schumer shutdown, saying that he doesn't like using constituents as leverage, and he thinks that it's not fair what he's doing, but he is still a hardcore lefty Democrat.
Yeah.
On economic policy, on liberal policies and socially, don't get too enamored because he says something right once in a while, please.
Well, I just saw him in a picture with Scott Pressler. I don't know if you know who Scott Pressler is.
Of course.
Yeah, so he was in a picture with Scott Pressler, and Scott said something coming soon. So I'm not sure.
Maybe they're getting married.
Oh, well,
that could be it. No,
hey, let's see.
Scott's got a boyfriend. So
boyfriend, not husband.
Yeah, yeah. As far as I know. So.
And if we're kind of open for now, what we need to talk about is a U.S. Navy forcing their will on another country, and I'm not sure if I'm fully on board with it. I don't know that we need to have the U.S. Navy, the most technologically advanced, the most awesome fighting branch in the world, bearing down on a third world nation. I don't think we need to have an aircraft carrier, 2 missile destroyers, was it 6 or 10,000 troops within 800 miles, bombers, fighters, special warfare units are down there, the SEALs and Delta are down there. We don't need that. I don't agree with anything. We need just one destroyer to keep blowing up those little boats that come out of there, and that's it. This is going to escalate. This is going to escalate into something that nobody wants, because we're not dealing with governments. You're dealing with drug cartels, and they don't care who you are. It's about money. As long as you don't affect their money, they're fine. The second you affect their money, they get all crazy and start chopping people's heads off and do crazy stuff. And they're not going to fight the military because they know they can't beat it. They'll just have their people in this country start doing crazy shit in the streets.
Yes.
We can't.
But we can't be. Listen, that doesn't sound like you.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like.
I
would say
the same thing.
Do I even have to explain? I don't think I do.
We could park and light that country in 5 minutes with what's down there. We could turn that whole country to glass.
What you're saying is we don't want to make the drug cartels mad because they're going to.
If we want to go with the drug cartels, go after the drug cartels. Don't get into a shouting match with the president of the country. Don't threaten his country. Say, look, we're going to come kill the cartel. Stay out of our way. He'll stay out of the way. He's not stupid. He knows if he gets in the way, he'll get his ass kicked. He'll scream and pound his chest and make noise so his country thinks he's still got that machismo. But he's not going to stop us if we send in surgical strikes to kill the cartel. And that's what we should be doing. And if we do that, I guarantee the president of Venezuela, like I just said, he'll scream and yell. He's not going to do anything. Same thing with the Colombian president. They'll scream and yell, you can't do this, but they're not going to stop it because they want them as gone just as much as everybody else wants them gone because they're their puppets, and they don't like that.
I think they do like that. I think it makes them all very rich.
I think right now they're starting to second guess that life decision, and that's great. But we don't need to be bombing that country. Today we buzzed their country with bombers. We actually invaded another country's airspace with bombers. They had to chase us out with jets.
Yeah, but they didn't bomb anything. They were just like bow shots.
I agree. But what happens if Russia did that to California?
Right. It's provocative for sure.
We shouldn't do that.
You are right. But
if we want to do something, we have Navy SEALs, we have Delta Force, we have Airborne, we have all these specialized units that specialize in just that. Go find a small group of other people and kill them without anybody knowing you're there.
There's Seth. He's back.
That's what we need to use. Use those guys.
But that happening, just to go back to what you said about the cartels taking vengeance on American citizens here in the States. I mean, no matter how we do it, if we do it with big fanfare or we do it with, small group special forces, they're going to retaliate. And I think anybody who could see 2 steps ahead knew that when we started fighting the cartels, we were going to start having trouble here in the U.S. We haven't seen any yet, but I personally do expect it. I expect them to try to intimidate the president into backing off by hurting American citizens.
And I agree. I'm more afraid of the cartel than I am of terrorists. Cartels have far more money, and a
lot of people in this country too.
Exactly, because they have addicts that will do anything for money or anything for their product. They go see Billy on the corner to get some cocaine. He goes, "Look, I can't sell you any more cocaine unless you go do this for me. Go blow that building up. Go shoot those people. Then I'll give you all the cocaine you want. These addicts will do it. That's what makes them dangerous.
Yeah, that stuff too. Yeah, I mean, they might not be able to be capable of completing the job, but
all they got to do is cause havoc. That's all they got to do.
Yeah, but I don't mind. I don't mind this at all. I mean, there's been a war on drugs forever. You know, every president or politician would say, "Oh, it's a war on drugs. We're going to solve it." No one ever solved it, and I don't care that Trump is declassifying those boats getting.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's funny.
Yeah, it is. It's like, okay, so I don't know who is getting on that boat and say, "Hey, boss, this is the 5th boat that was exploded. I don't want to. I'm not going." I'm like, "No, go." And it's like, "Oh shit." You know, and they have to try.
I don't feel good today, boss. I got a cough. I'm going back home. I can't go.
It's like I'll drive the boat out about a half a mile, and I'm diving off, and I'm just swimming back to shore because that's what I would do. But I like the fact that they're doing it because no one else has done it and declassified it and showed it. I mean, I'm a big fan. Ronald Reagan is my favorite president, other than Trump, and peace through strength. So just show it. And just say, no, don't take your boats and bring fentanyl or drugs into our country, or you're going to get that. You're not even going to know it's coming. I want, like I asked you before, you say you can hear it like right before it drops on the boat. No, not at all. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Look at what they're doing now. And all the president's done is run his mouth in Venezuela. Keep it like that. Target the narcos. Don't threaten to come into his country. Don't make it look like you want to invade.
No, we don't want
right
that.
Now, he's just running his mouth because he knows, hey, you're not screwing with my people. I got to make it look good, but I'm not going to get in your way.
I don't know. I would like to think that there's a lot more intelligence that we're not privy to.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I think the government is very embedded. The cartels are embedded in the government and vice versa. And I think it's more complicated than we're making it out to be. I think it has to be for us to put that many resources behind it.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I have some faith. I have some faith in that. Yeah, but I know Trump goes. He just likes to and run wild. But I think he learned from his first term. What's that?
I was agreeing with you. I think this is a lot on Trump's part. Is another hey. And that's fine. He's allowed to do it. It's a perk of the job.
Yeah, but he's got to be careful.
What we got right now is overkill. Like I said, what's down there right now could turn that entire country to glass in 5 minutes. He could kill the entire population of Venezuela in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but we don't want that.
No, we don't. And we can't make it look like that's what we want to do either. We need to put the fear in the narcos, not the population. They need to know, hey, we're not here for you. We don't want anything to do with you. We're here to kill the drug dealers. Has
that been said?
No. No one's ever come out and said, look, we are not here to do anything other than hunt and kill drug dealers.
Well, the only thing he's been doing is killing drug dealers.
But then he buzzes the country with bombers today.
Well, I think
you've got 7 or 8 ships of war parked off the coast. You've got 10,000 troops within an hour away. You've got special forces there. You've got submarines there. That's not just telling the narcos you're there. That's telling the general population, hey, look, they're going to get us too.
I don't know. I say I don't know because I haven't followed it and I haven't, seen what communications have been come out about it. But I would also think that the general population is probably afraid of the cartels.
Well, they are.
Also, I'm putting a flip side on what you're suggesting, that the general population is saying, oh no, America's here to kill us. Maybe they're saying America's here to save us, and we're thrilled.
And I hope.
No,
I hope.
Yeah. I don't know. I should say. I mean, you may have more insight on that.
I mean, I hope that's what they're thinking. When I read about the bombers going in the airspace, I put myself in their position. What would I think if U.S. bombers flew into my country's airspace? Would I assume that they're not here to hurt me? They're here to get the cartel? I'd be like, no, that's a bomber. Once they drop that bomb, they have no control over that. It lands where it lands, and it does what it does.
Yeah, I get you there. Yeah, it would scare the shit out of me if I had a bomber going over my house that was from another country, for sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We need to kill the narcos. They need to be killed. They need to be hunted down. They need to be killed because they do that to us. They do that to other countries. They need to go. I personally think we should be using a surgical scalp right now and not a sledgehammer.
We may be using both, and we don't know.
That is true. I'm just speaking on what I have seen and what I've read. My opinion is we need to use more scalp, less sledgehammer.
Right. We wouldn't know if the Navy SEAL.
Yeah, we won't know until it's done and over with.
We wouldn't know that until a long time after they're out. So maybe this is a distraction. We just don't know. It is an interesting conversation, and this will be an interesting book to read. Where we get half the truth in the future.
Absolutely, and Trump is a sledgehammer.
Go Navy.
He's a hammer.
Send you down there.
Yeah. But no, he's more peace through strength. So yeah, he wants to just show people like, hey, stop. Trump would never, and I hope that they understand that. He's not going to just go and bomb innocent people. I mean, listen, Iran, he gave warnings and all that stuff. They needed to get rid of the nuclear, facilities and all that. And he said in 2 weeks, they have 2 weeks. And then it was like 2 days later.
Yeah, my clock's fast. Go.
So it could be the same thing like Elaine was saying. It's already the two things might be happening already.
No, she's right. And you know what? That's probably what's going on. They probably have all that stuff all parked off the coast. So everybody's looking this way. And the whole time someone's coming that way and they don't see it. And I hope that's what I truly hope that's what it is. What I'm speaking on is what I've read and what I've seen. I'm not going to try to speak on stuff that I don't know.
Yeah.
What's in my face is what I react to. I would just be like, hey, based on what I'm reading, pull back a little bit. We don't want to scare the entire country. We don't want them thinking, oh, America's here to kill us. We don't want them thinking that. And that's how I would interpret what's been going on based on what I have read. And that's all. I don't have any insight that I'm not sharing. I'm just basing on what I've read, what's available to the public, what I would think if I were in Venezuela, like, oh, shit, that is the most awesome Navy in the world, and it's parked off my coast. We are defenseless. We could not stop them if they wanted to do something. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, I know we have people on, off, drop off, and we had to scramble today. And thank you, everybody, for just putting everything together. Because and it's funny, Elena, like you said earlier, it wasn't really a big news day like it usually is, because we have news with that. It's like every day something brand new is breaking like crazy. Now there was some news, but not like it usually was. But thank you for helping me put it together and all that stuff. So we're going to go to I forget my producer. I'm lost right now. We're going to talk about the event that we're going to. Seth, you're coming up here. To Skeeter's Pub. So we're going to throw it up there.
She's coming up too.
Yeah. So Elaine, you coming up? Yeah, she would have to fly up. So Seth, you only need 1 foot to drive. So you can
I know. I got automatic. I can. I'm good. I'm good. I can use my cane and push the brake pedal if I got to.
No, I can't wait. It's going to be a good time. It's election party at Skeeter's Pub in Blackwood. You'll see not just the flyer, the video that our producer put together, and you'll see other things that we're promoting as well. Seth, your GoFundMe, which is going to pop up there, so we can fund your foot and try to get it back together. So, but everyone out there, like and subscribe. Thank you for listening tonight. Sorry for the randomness of this show, but it's just that's what happens. We all have lives, we all have work, working like crazy, and we just put it together. But we love you. Like and subscribe. Let's roll with it.
Awkward silence.
Righteous pride in this one big voice, it's our time. Generation fighters take the stand. From shore to shore we reclaim the land. Grit and glory in every strand. In Jersey Shore we make our stand.
Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. Because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.